Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the manicures and pedicures that I wore for the month of September. We wore 10 manicures and I did manage to get in 2 pedicures for the month. We wore lots of beautiful polishes, lots of untrieds. That's been my goal for 2024, is to wear polishes that I have had in my collection and have not gotten around to wearing. Some of these I have worn and they got reworn, but I kind of go in spurts. I wear a lot of untried polishes, but then I will pull ones that I know I love for a specific mani-pedi, whatever that may be. So we're going to go through and just talk about each of these. I was going to categorize everything, but I was getting confused trying to do that. I had this filmed earlier and was struggling to try to figure out what I enjoyed and what I didn't enjoy. I need to write it down a little different. I think that would help me out. But I wore lots of beautiful manicures, lots of combos. Let's go ahead and just get into it. I do have a couple manicures that I did not like the outcome of. They were not ones that I just didn't like. I just didn't love them, so to speak. I did another two-tone combo, and I wore a polish from Orly that I got as part of their holiday collection last year. It is a like tealy blue cream, and I paired it with Rogue Lacquer Little Ripples. Something happened. I don't know what happened to this one hand, but I top coated, and the next thing I know, a couple hours later, it looked like the product was coming away from like my cuticles, my sidewalls. My thing is that Orly polish was very liquidy. It was very watery, very not good formula-wise. I don't know what happened, but I think that did not help with that manicure on the one hand. Whoa, wait a minute. Why does it look like it's been on forever? And I just put this on a couple hours ago. So what I ended up doing is taking that manicure off of that hand and going in with Pixalated Color Fuschia. And then I topped it with Rogue Lacquer Imagination. And that's what I had on my other hand. And I was trying to just do this two-tone combo. Didn't work out, so I went in with the combination that was on my other hand. And you guys, I love this. I went in with 2 coats, I believe. And then I paired 1 coat of Rogue Lacquer Beyond Imagination over that. So that's the only one that I had issues with for the month. Not sure what happened. The rest of these I really enjoyed. And again, that Pixalated Polish is like a gel-like polish, and I enjoyed that. I loved it. So we went in with ColorClub's Reign It In. That is a new polish that I got in a mystery set. I ended up wearing ColorClub's Talk Dirty to Me, and then I paired Rogue Lacquer Wet the Shell over the ColorClub Reign It In polish, and over top Talk Dirty to Me, I did Rogue Lacquer Most Magical Time. These paired beautifully together. All of these were untrieds, and I loved the combination. That What the Shell from Rogue was part of like a Shift Happens collaboration that I just had to get and had not had a chance to wear, and this gave me a great opportunity to just try these out. They paired so beautifully together. I am so excited that I was able to do that. I've got so many flakies that I just have not worn, and this just gives me an opportunity to pair things together. I love using a cream as a base. It builds up the opacity of those flakies without having to do multiple coats, and that is just what I prefer to do. But flakies have really been speaking to me a lot lately, and that's what we did a lot of for the month of September. That manicure was gorgeous. So the next one is the OPI Spare Me a French Quarter. This is another one that I did not want to take off my nails. These are both untried polishes. Over top of the OPI polish, I paired Garden Path Lacquer's Lost Inside. That was a polish from my very first Hella Handmade Creations purchase in 2022, and I had yet to wear it. Never wore it. It's been sitting on these shelves back here, and I'm like, hold on, let's see. What can I come up with? OPI Spare Me a French Quarter was a gorgeous polish. This over top was beautiful. I did only do 1 coat of the Garden Path polish, and I felt like it needed an extra coat to add just a little extra sparkle and flaky goodness. So I did go in with an additional 2nd coat of the Garden Path polish. I couldn't stop staring at my nails. I was jaw dropped. Every time I looked at my nails, I'm like, this combination, it's beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. It was just a gorgeous combination. I've got quite a few from Garden Path that I plan to do these pairings with because they're that good. They're stunning polishes. So next up is a combination that I think I've done, but I used different Crellies in this one, I believe. So I used Salon Perfect Lime Ice, and Birthday Cake. And then I got a new Crelly from Glam Polish called 80s Barbie. And I paired that together, I believe, over top of Monarch Lacquer's White Cream or their Color Boost. So over top, Lime Ice and Birthday Cake from Salon Perfect. I pulled out Chandeliers from LA Colors. It's part of their like topper collection that I did a video on, and that'll be listed down below. This was gorgeous together, you guys. This was absolutely stunning. It was perfect. I was wanting something bright and fun, and this pairing was just fantastic. I loved everything about it. LA Colors Chandeliers is still available in stores. Walmart has it. You might find it like at dollar stores, places like that. So the next one I wore, I ended up wanting to get into magnetic polishes, and these were two untrieds that I had on my list to hopefully try, and I was dying to try a magnetic or a couple magnetics. So I pulled out two polishes that I had not worn. I got BCB Fear of the Unknown. I did 3 coats of that, and then Polish for Days, Hey Mercury, Can You Not? BCB lacquer is a really pretty bright green, and then it has this, like, I want to say the magnetic effect is a bright, like, neon green. It's a beautiful polish, but I had struggled to get the polishes to magnetize. The BCB lacquer polish actually did magnetize really well, and I loved that one. But when I went in to magnetize Polish for Days, Hey Mercury, Can You Not? I couldn't get that to magnetize no matter what I did. I don't know what happened. I worked and worked and worked to try to magnetize that polish, and it just didn't happen. I don't know what I did. I even tried my magnetic top coat from DRK. Nothing worked. And I'm like, all right, we're just going to sport non-magnetized. It's beautiful when it's not magnetized, but I really wanted that deepened base color with that magnetic line, and I just couldn't do it. It just was not working. And I will say, my husband wore that polish recently, and he had trouble magnetizing the Polish for Days one also. So if you have that polish and have tried it and magnetized it, let me know if it worked well for you. I feel like something's up with the polish or something. It seemed like it was a little bit on the thick side, so I added some thinner, thinking maybe that would fix it. It just doesn't want to magnetize. It'll magnetize in the bottle, but even on a swatch stick, I struggle, and I'm like, what am I doing wrong here? I even tried magnetizing it with the horseshoe magnet that I got. It's just a little tiny horseshoe magnet, and I don't recall it working well that way either. So I liked these polishes. I just was disappointed that I couldn't get that Polish for Days one to magnetize for whatever reason. I went in with another magnetic manicure. This one I really did like. The one polish in particular was a little bit lackluster though, so not sure what happened with that one either. Is DRK's Reduce Screen Time, and that magnetized beautifully. You would have seen it on Instagram if you guys follow me. That magnetized so beautifully, it was breathtaking. I had no trouble with that at all. Highly recommend DRK Magnetics because I picked this polish up on a whim off her website and am loving it. It is magnetic shift, and you get all these color shifts. I was seeing blues, purples, pinks. Anyway, I had my nails, which you guys will be seeing. It was jaw-dropping, and I didn't want to take it off, but I wanted to change my manicure. So the one I paired with that is Monarch Lacquer's Quantum Leap, and that was a recent release from Polish Pickup. It's a deep, like, tealy green base, and it has a magnetic pool, I believe, that is supposed to be like a green, like a brighter green. I wasn't wowed by that. I was disappointed with this polish, I will say. It just didn't magnetize like I wanted it to, and I'm like, what the heck's going on? I apply the coat of polish. I magnetize like on the second coat, possibly third coat, depending on how much I have to build up. I don't magnetize every coat, but I've done it that way too, and I still struggled with this one. It was just like, wait a minute, this is a little disappointing. So I'm not sure if that Monarch Quantum Leap is going to stay in my collection or not. So I did another combo manicure. Yet again, I wore Monarch Lacquer's Hip Vine, Essie's Ride the Soundwave. Over Monarch's polish, I wore Wildflower Lacquer Somebody to Love. And then over the Essie polish, I paired Wildflower Flippin the Bird. The Monarch polish is a squishy purple. It is a good 3-coater, and I did not build it up to 3 coats, I don't believe, before I put the Wildflower polish over it. It worked out okay, but that Monarch polish is on the chopping block for possible destash as well, because I found something that I like a little bit better from a different brand that isn't quite as squishy. Loved it. It grew on me with the purple combo. On the other hand, I really got to loving it once I had it on for a few days. At first I wasn't wowed by it, but I did absolutely adore this combination. I was just really itching to try Flippin' the Bird from Wildflower, and I'm like, if I'm doing this one, let's pair another Wildflower with that purple, and it was absolutely gorgeous. So next up, we have another combo. This was a fun one as well. I wore Nails Inc Speedy Gloss Meet Me on Regent Street. I paired it with Bee's Knees Lacquer, the Earl King, which is another beautiful shimmer polish. This paired gorgeous together. I wore Pretty Edgy from Essie. That is a new untried cream. It's a like really nice green cream, but it's a deep green, not anything super bright. So I wasn't sure how it was going to pair with the Victorian varnish polish called Kelp My Gears Are Rusty, but it worked beautifully. I loved this. I had this on for 3-4 days possibly. I will say the Nails Inc polish, I only did 2 coats. I should have gone in for a third because in the pictures you can see a little bit of patchiness. I thought it was going to hide it with that Bee's Knees lacquer polish, but it's a little bit noticeable in photos, specifically on the ring finger and I think pinky. But I did have some streaking and thought, oh, I should have gone in for a third coat, but I didn't. But I know for next time to do 3 coats of that Nails Inc polish instead of just 2. So next up, I wore Zoya's Ripley. Over top of that, I wore Polish for Days Look Alive. Zoya's Ripley's a little sheer. This was another one that streaked because I didn't go in for a second coat before I put that Polish for Days polish over top. It didn't quite look fantastic, but I was happy enough with it. It was okay. I just definitely need to start going in with 2 coats of creams instead of just assuming 1 coat will be good enough and then put a shimmer over it, because you could still see the streakiness with the shimmer. Then on the other hand, I wore some new polishes. I just got Victorian Varnish Steam Pumpkin. I did 2 coats of that. It's a beautiful, bright, perfect for fall orange cream. Over top of that, I wore Wildflower Lacquer's Banana Butt, and you guys, holy moly, this was fun. This was a fun manicure. I wore it for several days. I think I had it on for 4 days. Just took it off yesterday to do that other one, and I didn't want to take it off. I enjoyed it that much. It was just absolutely beautiful. I do know the polish from Victorian Varnish is still available, so check out the link down below. I assume it's still going to be there. She didn't mention it was going to be limited edition or anything, and it wasn't a special release. I believe it was just a release for like her fall creams. By the way, if you like cream polishes, definitely check out her website. I've done several Victorian Varnish videos. One I just did recently talking about this beautiful orange cream. So if you haven't seen that, I will list it down below and up here in the cards. Her creams are fantastic. They are $8 for 17 milliliters of product, so you can't go wrong. They are fantastic. I love the brushes on her polishes. I purchased all of these polishes myself from her brand, and I love them. I have quickly become a big fan of Victorian Varnish. They are taking up this second row on my rack here. So that just goes to show how much I enjoy them, because the creams are absolutely phenomenal, as are the shimmers. But I think that is everything that I wore. We had lots of manicures for the month, lots of fun combinations. Let me know down below what your favorites were that I shared in this video. Hope that you enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and we'll see you later.